Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dili Utoni, and you're welcome to this edition of the Maritime Frontier Show. In commemoration of the International Maritime Day being celebrated by the International Maritime Organization, we are taking a very good look at the maritime sector within the Nigerian economy. And today we shall be talking to a maritime guru who has had over 30 years experience within the sector. He is Prince Shitu Rashid Bamidele Victor, a prince of Aresa in Oyo State. Sir, you're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, the maritime sector of the Nigerian economy, somebody says that it's worth between 10 trillion and 90 trillion naira. But from record shows that last year, 2024, the entire government agencies within the Nigerian maritime sector, trillion naira. Give us your own thinking about this, the maritime, your own thinking about what happens within the maritime sector, sir.
Well, a lot of things transpired in the maritime sector. If the economy is not suitable, people will never want to import. Take, for example, the president is trying to resuscitate a lot of things in Nigeria. And we are affiliated with some partial taxes that has affected a lot of people. So that affected importation. A tar that is cleared within 7, 8, 900,000 before is being cleared for about 2-3 million. So it will have a cycle effect. That makes it a little bit cumbersome for the federal government to make a lot of money. But with the way the president is going about it, and the way my learned brother, my brother that is the CG, Adini, who is equally good and is trying to reposition a lot of things in the customs and the clearing sector, I think by the grace of God, we'll get there.
Okay. Yeah, that's specifically, you're talking about the customs now. Yeah. There are so many government agencies. I need you to talk a bit about all the agencies that are within the sector and their operations, sir.
There are so many agencies within the sector and the port. We have the SUN, the plant quarantine, the DSS, the anti-bomb, the NAFDAC, the NASTRA. The NASTRA their basic job is to give a clearance to non-standard, how will I put it, goods that comes in, like use. They have to give a clear go ahead. You have to get some clearance from them. They will link you up with customs so that you can be able to do your part. Let's take, for example, SUN and NAFDAC. If your consignment is SUN-oriented or NAFDAC-oriented, you have to get your Form M, your bill heading, your invoice, you take to SUN or NAFDAC. Then NAFDAC will look at it critically and transmit to customs for you to get your part. That is the genesis of clearing procedure. So for those that are inside the port presently, I think there's a kind of harmonious relationship in which we are trying to know how we can resuscitate a lot of things. And there is no overlapping tendencies by each agencies. The ones that wants to do that wants to have any overlapping conditions, we talk to them and call them to others. That is via the chairman or the president of Association of Nigerian Custom License Agents. So that is it.
Okay, what about the other agencies like the MPA, the NASA.
MPA is the landlord.
Yeah.
MPA is the landlord. They harbor all of us. Now you are in my office. This is MPA commercial building. And this is where we have so many offices. When you go down, you meet with the custom area controller's office. When you equally go down, you meet with the port manager's office. So the port manager is the landlord. Then the area controller of customs knows how all consignments goes out of the port. Let us take it from this angle. Let us start from examination. At the examination bay, all agencies are there to witness the examination. Then the custom officer will write his report. The report will go down to the assistant controller that will release. Then there's a deputy controller that will stamp before you print your exit. Then your exit will equally go down to the gate, because there's somebody at the gate, either an assistant controller or a deputy controller, that will exit your consignment for it to go. So that is the clearing process. Then we have in the port too, like I mentioned, the SON, Plant Quarantine, Anti-Bomb, SS, NAVDAC, NDLEA, all those people, they look at what you brought, whether it's substandard or of standard. Then they look whether you are having anything that will have a cycle effect in the cost to the present custom situation or federal government situation. That's why you have the DSS. Anything that we have to do with the security of the nation, the anti-bomb and the DSS, they are there. And the customs will never want to compromise. So everybody will all work hand in hand. And by the time we agents, we see any feelers that we equally have a cycle effect on the agency or the agent that is doing the job, we wouldn't hesitate to inform the constituted authority. In addition, the Nigerian Shippers Council, they are doing wonderfully well. For them, they intercede if there's a problem with either the shipping company or even terminal operators. Then if we have a problem with anybody, we can tell the Nigerian Shippers Council. They will equally tell us.
Stakeholders now.
Yes.
Yes,
because we have Shippers Council Fora. For me, I'm a member of Nigerian Shippers Council Air Freight.
Okay.
In the airport. We critically sit on quarterly basis to discuss the problems that is affiliated to either clearing, importation, and exportation of goods. Then we provide solution so that cost of clearing will not be too much. Then cost of export, we encourage people to export goods out of the country. Like if you want to do any exportation now, I can tell you there are some goods you have to take to US, there are some you have to take to Australia, there are some you have to take to South Africa. Those are the areas that you can meet their consumption and you can make a lot of money. So Nigerian federal government makes money from import and export. The basic something is for us to encourage them. MPA is the landlord. They check anybody that comes in and goes out. Then custom, NIMASA is any ship that wants to bat, we go through NIMASA. And they give us information via MPA that these also ships we are expecting in Nigeria, they are in our waterways. And the present minister for
Marine and
Blue Economy is equally doing fine. So he's trying to harmonize all relationship so that we can get there in line with the president's view to actualize a good thing for Nigeria.
So you think that all these agencies within the mix are actually synergizing properly. They are cooperating.
Yeah, they have to.
Don't you think that there are interagency rivalries?
You cannot negate that. You cannot negate that. But we all work in the same place. We know ourselves. Anyone that does not want to listen, that is having an overlapping condition, then there's a way we talk at a general meeting. Then we want to look at what is even their benefit to the country. If NAFDAC is doing the same job with some, and some is either overlapping, we talk to the management of some that, look, this is an overlapping condition. This thing is not supposed to be yours. But where it is for both of you, please, if one have done the job, we allow the job to go. So that is good.
All right, sir. No, recently, importation is becoming less and exportation is growing. Well, to the country, that's a very good thing.
It's a very
But in terms of the fact that we are not really a producing nation, most of what is exported are raw materials and probably semi-processed goods. Don't you think that has a negative effect on the economy?
Well, the economy is growing gradually. Okay. I want to believe that the president and a lot of people that are involved, the Minister for Finance, the custom CG, they are trying to have a synergy so that they can encourage people to come and invest in Nigeria. Give us little time. Nigeria will boom. Nigeria will feed the whole world because we have so many resources. We have a lot of resources that are not tapped. And we want to believe that people are working sleepless so that we can get to the promised land in line with the vision of the president of the country.
Okay. Now, let's look at each individual agents within the maritime sector and take a look at their functions. The Nigerian Customs Service is basically, they have three major mandates: protection of the national economy, that's anti-smuggling, facilitation of trade, and revenue generation. Which one do you think is the most important that they should focus more on?
The three are very, very important. They work hand in hand. When you talk of smuggling will not give anything to the federal government. It is economic loss. So they have to curb that. Then in order to facilitate trade, they are doing everything humanly possible to facilitate trade. Formally, it might take 2-3 weeks for your consignment to come out of the port. But in the present day, it will not take you more than 3 days for your consignment to get out of the port. Sometimes the day you do your examination, you can pick your consignment if you declare if your declaration is the way it's supposed to be.
Are you talking about a particular port or all the ports?
All the ports.
Oh, think so, sir?
All the ports. I stand to be corrected. As far as I am concerned, I clear within 2-3 days.
Okay. But some of your colleagues complain that like some of the commands pay more attention to revenue generation other than the facilitation of trade, which
revenue generation is relative. Revenue generation how? Is it to somebody's pocket or to the federal government? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As a clearing agent, I will advise the custom. If I'm to pay 1 naira for a particular consignment, tell me, let me pay it and carry my consignment. I am not the person to pay. The only person I can talk to, my importer. pay XYZ. The agencies will intercede if the importers either use a different HS code. Let us take, for example, for the BOW we are undergoing now, importer will do their declarations. Then it is the importers that will feed custom on the person that we clear the consignment, the agency that will clear the consignment for them. Have you seen where the agent is coming from? Then the agent will not take everything in line with the part that is given, now does the declaration and forge ahead.
Okay.
So that is the way it is now. Then where we have bottlenecks, it is the area of server.
Downtimes.
Yes, if the server is bad, you cannot blame customs. You cannot blame anybody. But for the ones that we see, they do it the way it's supposed to be. But for the ones that is transmitted, that is unseen, how can we be able to reconcile that? That makes clearing a little bit, gives a longer days before any consignment can come out.
Okay, sir. You sort of jumped the gun, unquote. You talked about the VOW a little bit. Now I wanted to come to that later, but since you talked about, let's go on ahead and talk about it, sir. Has been complaints about the server issue, the downtime within the system, and you said something about they cannot be blamed for it. That will look like, if we really want to consider it issue of downtime, it should be considered a force majeure, as in it's not their fault, it's not our fault, so we shouldn't pay. That's what some of your colleagues are looking at it, because they still pay for the demorages when this downtime occur. So what do you say about that, sir?
In that corollary, what we say, we have had discussion with almost all the chairmen, and we want to believe that the chairman, in my own level, as a member of Nigerian Shippers Council, Freight, sometimes we discuss about that we are not supposed to be paying. But what Nigerian Shippers Council does is they tell us that we, via the chapter chairman, that we should lay a complaint, sending them the voyages, the ships that are affected, so that they can talk to the shipper to cut down, or to, if they have about 10 days laxity, they might talk to the shippers that they should cut it down to some days, so that the importers will not be affected more.
Okay.
So
That is being agreed right now.
they are working on it.
Okay.
But with this fora, I think this will equally send a signal to Nigeria Shippers Council and to the shipping agent, to the shipping agencies as a whole, that they should look at it. The agents and importers are crying on what is not. What is not they are making. Why should they be paying for it? So they should equally look at it. That is the shippers and the terminal operators. All of us should carry the cross. You should not be a burden on one person alone.
Okay. Yeah. I was speaking with someone the other time. They said the shipping companies, their own argument is that as soon as they take the containers, but each container is being rented to take those goods, bring those goods here. That as soon as they take the containers from the original owners, they start counting. That they can't come here. And
that wouldn't be that wouldn't be our own problem. That wouldn't be our own problem. Because I'm coming, with due respect. There are sometimes they want to tell us that, okay, this consignment will bat at this also date, and it will take 2-3 weeks later. Is that our own problem? Suppose I get money from the importer. The importer has paid me, and I'm supposed to bring out his consignment, and the ship did not bat.
Oh, no, that's what would be their own problem. What they are saying is, their argument is that the time lost at sea is their own problem. Or once they are here, the ship has bettered and you are not able to bring back their containers because of one delay or the other, not caused by them. You should bear the cost.
My dear brother, those are critical issues in the port.
Then,
Let's take, for example, on arrival of the ship, 3 to 7 days, you have either 3 days and they've not offloaded. And they might tell you that your consignment is going down to a bonded terminal. That until it gets to the bonded terminal, that is when they will start counting. But we're acting on the fallacy. Sometimes that when they give you bill, you might not even want to know what transpired, whether the bill is right or not or wrong, because it might not be the agent that is paying. If it is the agent that is paying, probably collected a vehicle inside a container. You get what I'm saying? So anything, the good, the bad, the ugly of anything that happens, either through server or through anything, it is the agent that will carry the cross. You get what I'm saying? So,
but that's where the Nigerian Shippers Council comes in. A lot of people complain that they sit on their hands. They are not protecting the stakeholders.
They are not. That is where Nigerian Shippers Council is supposed to talk to them. Probably they will have a general meeting so that they will discuss about that. But nobody will want to part with his or her money. What I mean is the shipping agents, the shipping agencies, and what's the name? The terminal operators. They will not want to part with their money. So they want to bill you. Let me tell you, before they can release for you, you have to pay even the container deposit. You have to pay everything. Failure to pay for 1 day in line with the server, you still revalidate and pay. They might tell you that you should pay for extra 3 to 5 to 7 days, or either do 15 days, which depends on the shipping company. And by the time you carry a container, if the box is on top of the truck and it is believed that it's going down to Lagos Island and there's a problem in Lagos Island, they'll still be charging you until you return that box to the terminal. Then what happens if there's no place you can drop the container? What happens?
So it goes to the same question. You are asking the same question that I asked, because there's a body, an agency that should take care of all this. This cost that's been for
is being
Nigerian Shippers Council. Why are they not tackling those problems?
I want to believe they are, because there's equally heat on them. You know, most of the shipping operators, their offices here are operational offices. Anything they want to do is in the foreign land, outside the country.
Why is that so?
Well, I want to believe that the ministers, the Minister for Labor, the Minister for Marine Economy, all ministers must sit down and have a discussion. Channel whatever thing they want to do via Nigerian Shippers Council to the shipping lines, to tell them that in Nigeria, this is what we do not want. Tell us that we should have a bay, your own terminal, that we have to drop all the containers. Or better still, don't take the haulage job from the agent. Tell us where we will drop your container so that we go and drop it almost immediately. It's not that they want to enter second gate, they say there's no chance. Then the driver will now have to go and turn again and find a place to keep. That is always the problem. get down to Apapa for any concept, for any truck to enter the terminal, it's almost a problem.
No, that's it.
I'm coming.
Okay.
It's always a problem.
Right.
If you are taking a consignment to Ladipo from Tinker Island, and you are taking the same consignment via the same importer to Ladipo from Apapa, you pay more. Because entrance into Apapa is cumbersome. You might stay outside for some days before the truck can enter. And the shipper and the terminal operator will not want to look at that. So the basic something with you journalists, how can you help us
to carry
the parable so that it will not be on the importer? Everything surmounted together is at the head of the importer.
So yes, sir. You raise
and everything surmounted to the importer is at the head of the masses.
Masses, yeah. The final consumers.
The final consumers.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. For what you just said now, it also means that that's real collaboration. It's not actually perfect. It's not working in a synergy that it should work, because the landlord, the Nigerian Ports Authority, is supposed to grant an entrance access to these trucks into the ports.
Yes.
And in most cases, there is a whole lot of traffic that caused the delay or the lack of coordination between them and the truck operators, cause all these delays. And then the shipping companies and terminal operators take advantage of all this. And of course, the longer the delay, the more money they make. Loss, you would have done your deposit with them.
Yes, and the deposit will be reading. And even by the time, so why I haven't dropped the container, I haven't brought the container. I'm coming. I haven't brought the container back. You know, they collected money from you, the shipping company, for them to pay you your refund.
Okay.
We
take
months. The Nigerian Shippers Council, they've done a lot of things as regards that. Only promises. Anyone that is written via Nigerian Shippers Council will be facilitated. Anyone that is written via an ordinary agency, they will not want to look at it. They will say, don't worry about it. We pay refund on Thursdays. We pay refund on this also day. Please, by next week, you come for your refund. And they might even tell you that, okay, we pay into the account of the shipper, of the consignee. And the consignee will be waiting and waiting and waiting without saying anything.
Okay.
So that is it.
Yeah. Now, so we go back to the customs again. There are some of the new policies they introduced, like Bodobu, like you mentioned.
Yes.
People have complained a lot about the glitches and what do you think should have been done in the first place, or what do you think should be done subsequently to correct some of the lapses that add costs to the businesses that will pay?
You see, the hierarchy of customs, they are working seriously. When Bodogu was newly introduced, for 2-3 days, for you to data capture your consignment becomes a little bit difficult. But in recent time, you can data capture. Let me tell you the clearing procedure. Do we take a container, for example? Let's take a container, for example.
Right.
Haven't done your BOW. You have done all processes via NAFDAC and Co. You were able to, you have transmitted to customs. You have gotten your PAR. With your PAR, you go for your assessment. Your importer have transmitted to the declarant. Let's take my own company, for example, Shibam Vic Worldwide. The importer will upload to my own server. Are you getting me? Then I will now declare for the importer. By the time I declare for the importer, I get an assessment via my office here. I go and pay. By the time payment is done, or payment is done via the importer, it will bring out the name of the releasing officer. So you already know your releasing officer. His service number will be there. Whether the releasing officer, the officer's service number is in scanning or in physical. You go and ask and check. Then there's another thing you ought to understand. There's always selectivity. We have the red, the yellow, and the green.
Okay.
The red is physical, the yellow is scanning, and the green is documentary check for you to carry your consignment. So customs have so done it so that things will be easier. But in line with the physical, people will be there to check whether there's a wrong declaration in line with what you declared. If it is perfect, we will not have any problem. Then for that of scanning, if there's an image, they will need to drop your container. They will now go to where that image is to know what is there.
Okay.
If it is a wrong declaration that as regards the image, that you have a paper and you're having a rod there, the rod will show. They will now say, okay, oh, you have a rod. They will say, okay, oh, what is the HS code of a rod? They write your penalty. A DM for you, you go and pay. You carry your consignment.
Sir, what do you say about the speculation that the glitches that occurred or that are intermittently occurring within the Kodogu is as a result of sabotage by people who do not want things to be automated?
You see,
within the Nigerian Customs Service.
let me tell you, we are graduating. Before Biodogu came in, we have NISES. Before NISES came in, and then people will want to always criticize. When something is newly introduced, it is the importer and the agent that bears the drum. But I want to tell you that Biodogu now, when you go outside, ask anybody, if there is no rain, or there's no, everything has to do with wave. You understand?
Subject to the weather.
We're subject to the weather. I think we will get there. Everything is learning process.
Sure.
In developmental psychology, a child learns how to sit, Abi, before walking, Abi, learns how to walk before running. So at the end of the day, we will get there.
Okay. Now, looking at, we are talking generally now about the maritime sector because we are celebrating the International Maritime Day. What are those things that pose hindrances to the development of a maritime sector from your own perspective? Holistically now, we are looking at it. Part of it actually having taken care of the issue of the piracy within the Gulf of Guinea. The Massa is doing that through the blue economy, deep blue sea.
Yes.
And we see that the level of piracy had drastically reduced. I think maybe for over the past 1 year, we've not had too much piracy issues. So, but basically, looking at it holistically, what do you think should be done to continually improve and then grow this sector?
Growing the sector is we looking at where there's problems. There's always problem on daily basis. Yeah. Okay, look at, I'm a member of Joint National Task Force.
Okay.
We had a problem coming down to the port before. Joint National Task Force was inaugurated. And
That's the problem of traffic.
the problem of traffic, you can see it has eased down.
Yeah.
When people that are working with government, if they can be able to say something, but it's left for the federal government to implement it. I was opportune to be at the office of the Minister for Works, Joanna.
Okay.
I was at his office. He said, please, if you can clear Apapa, Ijora and my two for me, I will be the happiest man. MPA, everybody, Lagos State, everybody surmounted together. That's why you have a free road. And federal government was able to do the road so that they wouldn't be. And this road can last for 500 years. Because if you were there when it is being done, you will know that the federal government has spent a lot of money. So any other bottleneck, we had a meeting about last week or last 2 weeks with the coordinator, Southwest coordinator of labor. We discussed on transport. Police, everybody, we were all there to have a discussion. Even those that had transport haulage companies, they were all there. We had a discussion for the safety of the generality of Nigerians.
Okay.
Then the safety will come from the port too, because if most trucks don't have brake and young boys are driving trucks, are you getting me? There's accident everywhere. I mean, it will not go well. So we have a synergy with everybody that we are discussing with. Ours is to correct so that it will not happen. Then, I will want to correct you and you refuse to listen, then we can tell police to pick you. We can tell road safety to pick you. We can tell VIO to pick you. We can tell all other agencies to give you the actual, what will I call it? Measures that will be affiliated to. Yes.
Okay. All right. You are talking about the area of security now. One of the things I would have thought the government should have done is this thing that usually we talk about, the issue of multimodal means of transportation, evacuation of cargoes from the ports. It's still not very efficient. Somebody said the predictability index of goods clearance within our ports is very low. So, don't you think the government should pay very good attention to things like rail? I know the badges are springing up now, but rail transport should also come in.
Yeah, they are doing something.
What they are doing with it.
They are doing something as regards rail transport. Because we should realize in recent time, they can take boxes from here to Kaduna. They have a lot of dry ports are springing up now.
Yeah. That's a resultant effect of efficient transportation.
Yes. The federal government is seriously doing something so that to ease the problem of the present ports. Then I will advise the federal government, taxis will not assist us. Let us encourage the importers so that they can bring in goods. Let them look for the modality so that cost of clearing will be a little bit down. Because we're using the exchange rate, though it's a little bit good, but it's having a cycle effect on the masses.
Okay. Now, again, we're talking directly about the maritime sector. And what about the development of the eastern ports? Because it's augur well for the country to have ports.
The development of eastern ports The eastern ports are working.
But
Like on airport is working perfectly.
our reports.
Warri Port is equally working.
The International Maritime Organization, IMO, established World Maritime Day to highlight the importance of shipping to the global economy. With over 80% of world trade carried by sea, shipping remains the backbone of international commerce. This year's theme focuses on shipping safety, maritime security, and protection of the maritime environment. Stakeholders emphasize that safe and secure shipping not only sustains global trade but also protects lives at sea and ensures sustainability use of ocean resources. Nigeria, with its strategic location along the Gulf of Guinea, plays a vital role in maritime affairs. The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency says efforts are ongoing to improve safety standards, combat piracy, and reduce marine pollution. Recent initiatives such as the Deep Blue Project and partnership with international naval forces have reduced piracy incidents in Nigerian waters. As the world celebrates World Maritime Day, the consensus is clear: safe, secure, and environmentally sustainable shipping is essential for global trade and for protecting the world ocean for future generations.
You are welcome back to the program Maritime Frontier Show. We are talking about the issue of the other ports, the total development of the Nigerian ports, the eastern ports. What do you think should be done to encourage those ports to function
You see,
properly?
the agents they work in the ports. The eastern port are working now. One is working perfect. Warri Port is equally working. But let me tell you something. The consignee, the importer, determines where his or her consignment is going to. If you feel Lagos will be better for you, probably you want to take your consignment down to Osogbo or Ibadan. Will you want your consignment to go to Port Harcourt? It will not be possible. Then among the ports too, you have a choice. Will you want your consignment to go down to Apapa, or to go down to Tinkan, or to be at PTML,
Or to go to Lekki?
or to go to Lekki? So it all depends on the importer. So it is the importer that determines where the consignment will go to. Then in recent time, we had a net meeting. That is the Association of Nigerian Custom License Agents. We discovered that there's a new, they have chapterized even Medugri border. We justify that the association has somebody there now that looks at whatsoever goods that wants to enter from the border.
Okay.
Because custom has area controller there that mans the border. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we have area controller at Idiroko,
Sure.
Abi? We have
Yes, land post.
yes. And we have the one at Seme border. You know that?
That Seme is the biggest.
Seme.
Yes.
Seme. Then Abeokuta via Idiroko, they have one area controller. So that is it. Anywhere there is an area controller, I think our agency will be there.
Yeah, so let's veer a little bit away from what we're talking about. Let me ask you some personal questions.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about yourself. Maybe in about 2 minutes. Where you born, your school, and everything.
My name's, do I say are or is?
My name is
Prince Shitu Rashid Bamidele Victor. I was born and brought up at Asaba
Delta State.
in Delta State. I went to All Saints Primary School at Asaba, Osadebi High School at Asaba, Bende State College of Agriculture Awanya at Asaba, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. I did diploma there, and I did degree in philosophy.
That's a good one.
Yes. Then presently, I'm working with two companies in recent time. I'm the executive director of Oslink Investment. That is based in Port Harcourt. It's a clearing and forwarding organization. And I own my own company that is called Shibamvik. Shibamvik. Shitu Bamidele Victor.
Oh.
Worldwide.
That's a nice one.
I'm into clearing and forwarding, procurement, and oil support. I'm equally into car business. I'm equally into haulage. I'm equally into estate. Then I have affiliation to schools too because of my diploma in physical and health education. I think that is little about me. And I've served the Association of Nigeria Custom License.
That's an outcome.
Yes. I was secretary for 2 times in KLT. At the national, I was a member of Port Facilitation Committee. I was a member of Custom Relation Committee. Then in Nigeria Shippers Council, Air Freight, I was saddled with one responsibility. How can Nigerians be able to diversify from oil to
non-oil products?
Not oil products.
Okay.
That makes us to be generating more because in line with Nigerian Exports Promotions and other agencies, they are carrying the Igbos, we say the Ojoma, that's
the good news.
The good news that people can take their consignment to either XYZ in line with good packaging. Our yams go down to Nigeria, to Ghana. They package it and call our consignment Ghana, and it's from Nigeria. So there in Nako, Sako, packaging is perfectly okay now, and export is booming.
That's right.
That's right.
Okay. So let's go back to the issue of doing business within the maritime sector. The bottlenecks that people seem to go through, or in terms of people complain about, even from the export sector, there are issues of various charges that are either legal or illegal. What do you have to say about that?
SS charges either legal or illegal. That is human factor. And if something is human factor, there's a way to go about it. For me, because of my relationship with customs and other agencies, if I have a consignment, people might say, it's Shitu's consignment to Oga Shitu. He's so friendly. Let us allow his consignment to go. But for me, I must have done the needful. What am I supposed to do? I will do it. But if there are some things that I feel that I don't know about, and it comes, I will say, what are we supposed to be? Do I send back the consignment, or what do you want me to be? They say, okay, Oga Shitu, please correct yourself. Next time, these things are needed. So that is it.
So your advice is that people should...
everything is... There's no perfect human being.
Yeah.
People will want to criticize. Ab initio, when we started, you were trying to say something, that there are some illegal people, illegal agents in the port. I want to make it abundantly clear to you that there's no illegal person in the port. I was let me tell you the way I started my clearing. In my secondary school, I'm always coming down to Lagos for holidays. I had an in-law, he's a transporter in the 80s. Then from Bariga, we will come down to Lillipon. For us that are students, we will stay under those roofing sheets. My in-law will go and work because he has so many trailers. and they had so many vehicles. Then I keep on thinking, how did this man make it? He did not go to the university, he only had secondary school. That motivated me.
Okay.
And by the time I came into the industry, I was equally in the university. I'll be shuttling from Ife down to Lagos because I sponsored myself in the university.
Oh.
So it was not easy. You know, in the olden days, you discover yourself.
Yeah.
There are little your parents can be able to do.
Yeah.
And if you are from a polygamous family, it's a total struggle. You have to struggle for you to become somebody. So that necessitated me to want to say that I believe in the principles of honesty and transparency. If I tell you this thing cannot go, it will never go. If I tell you it will go, it will go. So that is it. And by the grace of God, I'm trying to know how I can resuscitate my area, that is Iresadu. I'm eyeing the throne. And I want to believe that God will give it to me.
Okay.
Because we are so backward there.
Okay, we wish you well in that area. We'll need to also look at we are talking generally about the maritime sector, a commemoration of the International Maritime Day. What do you think generally government should do to continue to grow the sector?
There are a lot of things they will do. First, last week or last 2 weeks, the 4% tax was removed. I think that will bring down cost of
Yes.
Second, if anybody is proving stubborn in the port, I think the area controller, the CG of custom, and either do the federal government must know the best way to caution the person. Then there should be a synergy, which they have started long ago. Everybody, like PCROC, we have meetings. MP, we have meeting. Area controller, we have meeting with all our sundry people in the port. They want to ask we that operates in the port, who are those that are giving us problem? For now, we did not see. Anybody that gives problem, we will criticize the person. We will tell you, journalists, that this person is giving problem in Tinkan, this person is giving problem in the port. Please, we should know the best way to thin down, to remove the bad eggs that are thinking of their own pocket alone. I'm not putting...
the governance, like the issues we talked about, port development, opening up the various areas for,
government is doing a lot of things. It's the one you see physically that have materialized, that you want to say they have done. The one you did not see, and people tell you or criticize, even if they have done it, and you did not see it, we equally want to believe that they did not done the needful. But I want to believe that the federal government is doing something. That's why formally we don't have minister for bioeconomy.
People clamored for it over so many years.
Yes,
that's come to light.
That is to the doorstep now. Anything we want to do, is that we go through the minister, or we go through the minister for transport, or we go through the minister for what? We have a link. In the process of we discussing with all our sundry, are you getting me? They will discuss at the upper level and they will meet our demands.
No, talking about finally, the clearing agents of freight forwarders. We had the CRFN. What do you think they should do to help? Because people say that there's a whole lot of ignorance within the system. A lot of agents and freight forwarders are not well trained or experienced enough to do the job. What do you think the role of CRFN should be in this area?
Necessitation of CRFN emanated from ANCLA. That is the Association of Nigeria Custom Licensing. You can see we have our people there in CRFN. We have our people, they have some people from Council of Managing Director, from NAGAV, from everybody. I want to believe that they should do the needful. Basically, the importers and the agents are suffering. CRFFN can equally be able to discuss with terminal operators and the shipping companies. See, if they are talking of,
We don't have that mandate.
they have. They have.
I thought they are only concerned with
They are concerned with us. There's a link in between us and federal government
yeah.
and Ministry of Finance. You know what I'm saying? They have. We should not say that. Do I say because I'm a clearing agent, I cannot talk to a custom officer? I cannot report a custom officer to his controller? I think I have to do the needful. Do I say because probably the controller is my friend, I cannot report him to the CG? I will. If I want to recommend somebody, the way we are seated, I can recommend somebody that this person is doing fine. Like my controller that is here, controller Frank is doing fine. The CG Adeni is equally doing fine. There was somebody that is newly promoted to a controller is taken down to
Anani.
Anani is doing fine. Akin too, he was formerly in valuation here before they took him down to Abuja. He's in charge of post audit, controller post audit. They are all doing fine. If you have a problem, they will want to solve it for you. They want to look at it. Is this HS code? There's no loss of revenue. Are you getting me? There's a loss of revenue. They give their design. The way they will even talk to you, they will encourage you.
All right.
So
Thank you so very much, sir. We have looked in depthly at the maritime sector and looking at the maritime sector generally and the potentials and the challenges and the achievements so far. It's been wonderful speaking with Prince Shitu Rashid Bamidele Victor, the Prince from Aresa in Oyo State.
the prince from Iresadu.
Prince from Iresadu.
Yes, the title of the king of Iresadu is Aresa.
Okay.
And for me, I'm from Aresa's compound.
All right, sir. We'd like to say, wish you well your desire to climb the throne of the
Yoruba-ship
of Iresadu in Oyo State. And for us viewers, this is the end of this section of this edition of the program, Maritime Frontier Show. My name is Dili Utomi. I'd like you to stay tuned for another edition next week. Thank you and God bless.